Pirates play here on 107.9 WNCT.
I'd like to welcome here today on our meeting day. Force is going a little bit, so focus on that. When practice time, it goes practice time here, we'll go away on a little bit, so stay with me. Exciting time to be back in football camp. I'm sure every coach around the country says the same thing, but when you're not able to be around your kids during the summer, you have a chance to get around them. Boy, it's a fun time. It's a work time, but it's a fun time. We started back in the spring with some thought process on what we wanted as a football program, our staff, our team. And I thought we did a great job in the spring initiating that. And it carried over to the off-season. We wanted to continue to develop depth at all positions, competition at all positions, making sure we keep growing mentality-wise, our toughness, the intangibles of no ego and no entitlement and teamwork, which I say a lot. We talked about initials of TBA, trust, belief, and accountability. Keep developing those things. It began in the spring. Coach Connors did a great job, his staff, of getting our team in great condition. Had a really great off-season. And I like where our team looks physically. And we put two tests, two back-to-back days where they had to perform at a high level. Conditioning yesterday morning test, which did a great job. Practice last night, evening, this morning, which we're going in the morning. The schedule's there on the table. We'll have morning practice to give us more time to teach and develop. Really pleased with all season how we came into camp. We go into camp with competition in a lot of positions. And our staff meeting, one of our guys said the line will be long in some spots. And that's the way we want it. We want competition in every position, where everybody knows they have to perform at a high level, play their best, do things the way we want done, or they could lose playing time on their spot. And that's what you want. Our team is taking that by the horns and run with it. So I like the depth that we're developing at each area, not just the quarterback position, which I know a lot of questions we ask by myself, or to myself, or to Lincoln, but every spot, from running back to O-line to wide receiver to our D-line. You talk to Coach Yellow, our linebacker position with Coach Price and Coach Wiley, Coach Mitch. At every position, especially, there's competition everywhere. That's what we want. That's what we want as a staff and as a program. Because when that competition is there, it's going to affect the whole team. So that's what I like. We are preparing for our entire season right now in parts and bits and pieces, exposing them to different things they may see. Whether it's Coach Dahl and special teams, exposing our team to some looks and some schemes they may see. Linking our offense, showing our offensive unit some different defensive schemes, and Brian and his staff, different offensive looks that we see. And then we'll narrow down to our opponents. We know we have 4 out of 6 on the road early. We know we play in some tough environments. The first part of the year we have to be road warriors. And that's our mentality. I like this football team. They don't make excuses or complain. And that's what we've been aiming for. They have taken team accountability, and everybody in that room over there they have high expectations for themselves and for each other. And I like the way this team is headed. We have everybody in camp. We got some guys still ready to report. I know they might ask me a question about that. We have some guys that we know will get back quick. Lucas Thompson and John Block, we'll get them in January. And that's the most I can talk on that. The other thing that's not able to address. With Darius Crump, we'll get back. We have him at junior college right now too as well. So those guys will be joining us then. Lance Ray, Tavius Cooper, and Gabe Bullock will be joining us here in the next few days to finish up summer school classes. So that's where we are with our 105. And then we'll have a 125 here for you when the school starts. I like this football team. I'm ready to go, ready to see it work. We have to dive into some film today you have the players here, but our coaches will have to dive into some film and evaluate this morning's practice. So I know you guys work with them on that, but they're ready to be here to do whatever you need done. And then we have that's our schedule for our team. That's my state of address. Tom, Question? Okay. You here?
Yes.
Okay. All right, William. Any questions here?
Since you mentioned the quarterback situation, where does that stand? And more importantly, at what point do you need to make a decision so that you have a guy in place to start game planning and prepping for that first game?
I know when you guys talk to Lincoln, we're all on the same page in that room. There's competition there. We like that group. Coach Connor's report, we met on staff people, on personnel. All four of those guys have done a great job in off-season leading. All those guys have been around Lincoln and the staff and their offense for 3 years. Cody for 2. So those guys have been exposed to what we want offensively. Lincoln has about the reps. He's got a plan to evaluate each guy during the day, during the practice sessions, in different group drills, and the guy makes the best decisions, and can move the ball and move our football team. That'll be the guy that Lincoln chooses and we choose. So we'll see how it goes. I like that battle. I like all those guys.
Do all four of those guys kind of enter the fall at the starting line together, or after spring you kind of have an idea as to first, second, third, fourth, and go from there?
Well, I think Lincoln got the reps piled up pretty good. Shane was not able to finish spring ball. He got injured, but he's back throwing full speed right now. So I think we're all right down the mix. I'm sure Lincoln will start dividing the reps accordingly.
And when do you feel like you need to have a decision made so that you can adequately prepare for that first game and have a guy ready to go?
Because they all four are familiar with the offense, I don't think there's a hurry. The hurry is not on us making a decision, but making the right decision and what's best for the football team.
Coach said Lucas won't be here, so I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts on that situation.
It's hard for freshmen to play anywhere. I appreciate that. And Lucas is going to be a great player. He'll be here in January. He's going to attend Cheshire, where Cody attending. So freshman. He'll be in January. We're looking forward to having him. We feel like we have depth. When you talk to Brian Mitchell, our secondary, we feel good at our corners. Competition there at safeties. So we've been waiting on Lucas to wait till we get here. He's ready to go, and he's eager to be a Pirate. So he worked hard. Just fell a little short.
Coach, do you expect any true freshmen that are currently enrolled to participate this year?
It's hard to tell. It's just what I was talking about. It's so hard to tell. The biggest adjustment is not from college to NFL. The biggest adjustment is for a young man going from high school to college. They just make sure about the speed of the game changes. We have some guys that are working extremely hard. I know offensively, you see those guys that like Quante Smyer and real solid. You see the guys with some flashes. But the thing will be with them being able to go on an everyday basis. And then we just been out of 2 days, so that's really. It's hard to get a full evaluation on the team in 2 days, but I like the way this group looks. The young guys that come in, they come in the second part of summer, so everything's really in orientation with them right now. So we'll see how it goes. If a freshman can help us, we'll definitely have meditation and plan.
Coach, you got high amount of judo guys. And now we guys like Lucas or at least kind of relevant. Does that concern you, the amount of judo guys that actually recruit freshmen?
No, not at all. Those guys have blended in and done a great job from day one. I look forward to seeing our guys on the team compete. No, it doesn't bother me.
Ruff, when does the general focus shift from competition for positions and evaluating your personnel and your systems to actually get ready for Appalachian State?
We'll start. They're getting bits and pieces of each a little bit right now. We'll dive into them the week before we plan a little bit each day. And then that game week full bore. I don't want to dive into Appalachian too early because they can get pretty stale pretty quick. So we'll, I'm sure, on all three sides of the ball, prepare for them in pieces and bits and pieces that we'll plan a little bit, and down until a fully game week.
How unusual is it to have two such wide receivers like Bobby who started their careers walking on? Is that a situation that you run into?
I've been around, and we talked about Appalachian even when working with Coach Moore, and John can tell you about this. We come from Nebraska, been watching out Nebraska, and going up to study for years with them. Maybe Coach Solich was there, and even how the values of having not just walk-on guys, but quality walk-on guys. We have some guys now who walked on. Now some young people that we know will be contributors for our football team. They're good football players right now, and I have a special deal for guys who have walked on earth. I mean, Justin Hardy and Andrew Bolton for football players. They get after me, and they're not only just good on the field, but they're good off the field, and so I'm glad they're on our team. Good.
Your defense has really evolved over the last couple of years, and that you've added to the talent pool, and now they've got some experience. As a defensive guy yourself, how much better is it for you to watch these guys and the way they play now as opposed to that first season when it was when you really just patchwork?
Well, I think the work. I mean, when you lose 38-11, I mean the most I think by any school. Big one, those guys, and then they were belittled by injuries on top of that. To overcome what they did, not just the players, but that staff, and fight, and scrap, and get it together like they did. Got kids in here to fit the system. As a staff, adjusted, changed the system to fit what we're able to recruit here, going to a 3-4. And getting those kids to buy in to that change of system, and then take them to the field, I think was one of the best jobs done in the country. Now, what they've done, had to do, our players, is keep being coachable, which they have been, and keep digesting the defense. They've been able to go out, not just defensively, but offensively, and with Kirk installed his team in the spring, and hit the ground running. So defensively, they've been able to add either a little bit more, a little bit of another package here, another front here, another coverage here, which will help them even come a lot further along. So I like that group. I'm looking forward to seeing them play.
In a conference where there's so much emphasis on offense, how much of an advantage is it to have a defense like you think this defense can do?
The first year, the two teams that made the conference championship, Central Florida had the best front sevens in the league, period. The next year, the two teams, Southern Miss and Houston, had, I thought, two of the top front sevens in the league, especially Southern Miss, and they have a plethora of running backs. So, been in a long time. I watch and see what it takes in this league to have a chance to contend for it. Having our front seven with the depth that it has and the potential it has to be good and prepare. Again, they have to keep working, stay focused. Remember, they have 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. They have big eyes and stay engaged, and big ears and stay engaged. And what the coaches are telling them, the TBA, trust, belief, and accountability, continue that with our staff. They have a chance to achieve what they want to achieve. I'm looking forward to seeing this group work, go to war, go to battle.
Look, just talking about Jeremy, his development. Does he remind you of any linebackers you've been around in the past?
Well, I think Sherman's one of those guys who have bought that. He has bought into what John Wiley, who is one of the top demanders around, has asked him to do on the field. He's an old school throwback linebacker. He could have played in any era, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, what have you. He has a great mentality and workmanlike mentality and personality to him. He's a smart football player, and he loves to play the game. Has a passion for it.
Coach, just tell me what you view some distractions out of this game.
I think the development of depth, last year, offensively, we were not able to start the same lineup 2 games in a row. I'm not an excuse-making business. Don't make excuses. Won't make excuses. But we thought around we had to develop depth at our offensive line positions and our defensive line positions. And I mentioned the running back group, and Kirk has a group, and Nick has a group to work with about 6 or 7 guys. They might be running back committee, where each guy may have a special talent. So I like that about the depth that we're developing. It's not there yet. We got about a few weeks to keep that thing going. Same thing on defense. Keep developing our defensive line depth. Our linebacker depth, keep that going. I really like what we have there. And the secondary competition there. There's competition in every position on our football team. And everybody who's running the first team or second team knows they better prepare and come to work every day. That's the strength. Keeping everybody focused and keeping everybody on task is my job and our job, and the way our team has approached this camp is their job as well with them. So I'm ready to continue preparation. The process is the most important thing. Get them to understand the process. Some take it for granted that it just happens, but they grind it all year. They get 1 day off in the summer school, July 4th. They give them about 5 days off and they're back again. I think this team enjoys the process, so I'm looking forward to continue preparation right now. Now, good?
Well, one of the what might schedule teams that they might have emotional attachment to, how is it going to feel for you to face that logic? You haven't been there a while, still in a lot to do with it.
Well, after 32 years of coaching, 27, sometimes I'm running to somebody I've coached against, probably I bet. I look forward to it. Coach Moore worked with him for 7 years, and John won 3 national championships and was a major part of that staff. And Appalachian was a championship run. There'll be some emotional ties. Plus, I've donated to the University of Olympia. My daughter graduated from Appalachian this year, so I've made donations to that university there. 7 years there, had a great time working with Coach Moore. Great experience living in Boone. Olympia, my daughter was born there. So they'll have a lot of tradition there. It started before Coach arrived, and when DK was there, Dr. Patrick, Sparky, even when Matt was there, Brown. So we know we have to come out prepared and ready to go. So I'm looking forward to diving into the season, but after preparation.
There's been talk about them moving to football bowl subdivision. If that happens, would you like to see them in the Conference USA?
You know what? I think they have all potential to be in Division I level. They have a great fan base. I think they've done a great upgrade, a nice upgrade to their facilities, an indoor practice facility, which in Boone you need the weather there. I know they've packed the stadium quite a bit there too, so I think Appalachian is a school that could go to Division I and have success there.